Hello, my name is Prasad. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi guys, today in this particular video I am going to be discuss about a beautiful use case which is related to an artificial intelligence. Okay, first let me tell you what is my use case I am going to be develop. Okay, the use case is I want to rate the driver. Okay, how well is driving. Okay, I want to rate a driver. Okay, based on his driving skills I want to give a rating for a driver. Okay, generally if we consider Ola or Uber, users will give a rating for them. Okay, that's based on how driver is interacting with the passengers, and how in time he how time is processing, and this all the about generally users will give a rating. But my use case is completely different. My use case is I want to give a rating to a driver based on his driving skills. Okay, to understand the driving skills, now what I am trying to do is I am trying to depending on AI, artificial intelligence. Okay, I am trying to give a AI capability to my car. Okay, the car what I am having, it is not a normal car at this moment. Now the car is having AI capability, artificial intelligence capability. Now car can understand each and every movement of your driver, and each and how you are applying the brakes, and how you are having the awareness and steering controls, and how you are having the behavior, how you are using the clutch, brakes, accelerator and steering controls, and how you are this kind of complete data it can able to analyze, and it can able to know how well the driver is driving, and based on that it can give a rating to the driver. Okay, that will help us to in a more number of use cases to issue a driving license, or to issue a driving license, or to recruit any kind of a driver, or if the driver want to improve his skills, this kind of a rating will be most helpful. Okay, this is the what I am trying to do, a simple single line. I want to make my car as an intelligent car which can understand the behavior of your driver, your driving, and based on that it can give a rating for you. Okay, that's the what. Okay, that's what I'm trying to be, that's kind of an architecture I'm trying to be demonstrate right now, and what are the components which are presenting, and how data flow will be there, how data will be trained for AI, and how machine is trying to predict rating, this complete like from where we are trying to collect the data, and how driver is getting the rating. Okay, and this complete end-to-end architecture, let me discuss and how it is working on. Okay, fine, let me start it. Yeah, fine, let's start explaining the architecture and what are the components which are involving, and how data flow will be there, and how we are training the data, and how we are predicting the ranking rating. Everything let me discuss from starting onwards. Okay, let's start the session. Okay, now I'm trying to consider it as the car. Okay, just trying to consider it as the car. Okay, as we are already know, the car is having intelligent IoT sensors. These sensors will collect the data, like how I'm applying the brakes, and how speed I'm traveling, and what about my steering controls, and everything, the data which is collected by this kind of IoT sensors. These IoT sensors are inbuilt in the car, which is trying to collect the data. Okay, once the data is collected, it means that the data which IoT sensor is collecting, which we can call it as a raw data. Okay, this raw data, now I'm trying to read. I'm trying to read by using one cloud server. In the market there are a huge number of cloud servers in the market. In that, one of the known cloud service provider is, as we are already well known, Amazon is a best one of the finest cloud service provider. In the Amazon there is one of the service called Amazon Kinesis. Okay, and Amazon Kinesis is one of the networking server which is used to read, or which is used to capture the real time data, which means that this cloud server will help you to read real time data from this IoT sensors. Okay, it means that the data flow will be like this. Okay, this is the car I am having. In the car I have a IoT sensor. IoT sensor will capture the raw data. That raw data will be transmitted. That raw data will be received by Amazon Kinesis server. Okay, to receive this kind of a data, we need some internal hardware setup. Like you maybe use some Raspberry Pi processor to configure any IP address or networking related settings. Based on this raw data will be the data which is captured by these IoT sensors now, which are transferred to this Amazon Kinesis. Amazon Kinesis is one of the real time networking and infrastructure hardware related service which is used to capture the real time data continuously. Okay, continuously means how frequently it is trying to read the data. For every 5 minutes or for every 1 minute, it is trying to read the data continuously from the IoT sensors. And the data which is read, now I have to store this data. For storing the data, what I am trying to do is, now I am trying to depending on Amazon Cloud. Okay, Amazon is having one of the data storage as a service that we can call it as Amazon Cloud, and we can able to store in the S3 bucket. In the Amazon, I just take S3 bucket as my storage server. Now the data flow will be like this. The complete data will be stored in here. Okay, finally the data will be stored in here. Okay, the data which we are captured from the IoT sensors, now the data which is stored in finally in Amazon S3 bucket. Now I have a complete data here. Okay, now once the data is received in the Amazon S3 bucket, now the data is available. The next thing what we have to do is we have to use machine learning, AI or any data science techniques to understand about this data. Okay, how driver is having how better skills. We have to be understand. We have to be understand the data. Up to here, what is the part we are done is we are just done a real time. We had just done a real-time data collection. We have just done a real-time data collection. The data which we are collected in real time now, which is available in Amazon S3 bucket. Okay. Once the data which we are collected the real-time server, now what I have to do is, okay. Now from here onwards, our data science life cycle, my data science life cycle will start here. Okay, my data science life cycle will start here because of here I have my real-time data. Now I have to be analyze this data. Okay, before getting analyze this data, now I have to be create one intelligent. Now I have to create this the data which I am trying to get from my real time. Here now I have to prepare. Now I have to prepare well machine learning model or any machine learning algorithm which can able to understand this data. Suppose if I want to make any machine learning algorithm to understand this data, first we have to train that model. Okay, first what I have to do, first I have to collect the data. Okay, this is my historical records which is collected. This is my historical data. This is my historical data set. We can call it as a simply as per the machine learning terminology, people will call it as a data set. Okay, now what I am trying to do, this is my machine learning model. This is my machine learning model. This is my historical data. Historical data means the data set which we are collected in previously. Okay, this is the what which already drivers data, which is my historical data. What my model will do is my model will take this historical data as an input and it can able to understand, it can able to learn. It can able to learn how it has to predict the driver behavior, and based on this input data what we can call it as like a, let me call it as like a test data. This is the what I have to test my data, and this is the what my historical data which I am trying to use for trying the model. This is the testing data which I am getting from my real time. This is the training data, okay, which I collected from my historical data set. Okay, and what my model will do is based on the historical data it will train, and After training my machine learning model, it can able to understand the behavior of a drivers, and based on the input data, what is my test data I given, and it can start predicting the rank. Now it can start predicting the rating. Okay, how well this driver is driving the vehicle. This is the part we are trying to predict here. Okay, sir, how to train the data, how to train my machine learning model? Okay, before getting trained this machine learning model, we have to perform lot of steps which we have to take to train my machine learning model. Okay, what are the steps we have to take? It may be feature selection, it may be feature engineering, it may be exploratory data analysis. Okay, it may be exploratory data analysis, or it may be any data pre-processing. It may be data pre-processing and handling missing values, and handling missing values and handling missing values, and lot of stages which are generally which are going to be available, like feature selection, feature engineering, exploratory data analysis, data pre-processing, and missing values, handling missing values, and handling duplicate values, and handling duplicate values, like data cleaning. One of the technique is like a data cleaning, because of here we are trying to get a raw data. Okay, on the raw data directly we can't process it, because of it's not a CSV formatted data, or it is not any structured data. Directly we can't process it. To 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 convert the data into in a mission predictable format, what I have to do, these are the steps I have to consider, like feature selection, feature engineering, exploratory data analysis, data pre-processing, and missing values, duplicate and removing the duplicate values, and data cleaning techniques. And we can able to apply like a data scaling, and even we can apply like a label encoding. We can apply like a label encoding, and this is the what. And there is a more number of machine learning techniques, like a data standardization, data normalization, and there is a huge number of technique, like boosting, boosting your algorithm, and bagging your algorithm, and boosting bagging technique, and ensemble techniques, ensemble techniques, and data dimensionality reduction techniques, dimensionality reduction techniques. There are a huge number of there is some kind of huge number of data handling techniques. These all the techniques will help us to convert our raw data into some meaningful informative data. Once the data is collected, then our model will train on the data, and it can able to predict on the test data. Based on the test data which is comes, it can able to predict the ranking rating of it. Once the rating is predicted, now I have to deploy my machine learning model. Now this is the deployment phase. Here I can able to deploy, my machine learning model, into web service. I have to build any kind of a web service which is helping us to provide a service to an end user. Okay, this kind of a web services we can able to develop by using Flask, or we can able to develop by using Django. Django is one of the web framework. Or we can able to develop any mobile application, or we can able to expose as service this service to mobile application, or we can able to expose this kind of application to any client side technologies, like React.js, Okay, these are all the different kind of parts which are helping us to make my data is available to my client. Then by accessing this kind of a web service, now here my end user is there. Here let us consider these are the government officials. Okay, they can able to access this deployed web service, and they can able to know how well this driver is driving the car. Here you can able to display the predicted result. Okay, here I can able to here I can able to display the predicted result. See how the data flow is there. First, I have a car. In my car, I have some IoT sensors. Okay, these IoT sensors will try to collect the data, and the data will the IoT sensor is collecting the data in the form of a raw data. That raw data will be received by Amazon Kinesis hardware networking server, and this data will be dumped into some Amazon storage cloud. Like I am trying to use Amazon S3 bucket for example. Even we can able to use Microsoft Azure. I can able to use Google GCP, Google Cloud Services. I can able to use any kind of instead of Amazon. Once my input data is coming, I can consider my input data as a test data. Here I can consider my input data as a test data. Now this is the machine learning model I am trying to use, which need to be give a rating for the driver. Okay, which need to be rating for this kind of a driver. Okay, how it can able to know, how it can able to give a rating, how it can able to give a rating based on this test data. Okay, to give a rating, first we have to train the model. Okay, how I am training the model? First I am trying to collect my historical data set. Okay, first I am trying to collect my historical data set. This data set is contains so many lakhs of records, crores of records. Like we have a huge amount of historical data here. This data will be getting as input to my model. My model can train this historical data by using some machine learning techniques or by using some data science techniques like feature selection, feature engineering, exploratory data analysis, data pre-processing, and handling missing values, duplicate values. These are all the kind of techniques it can able to follow. And once it is done, and when once it is trained very well, and once it is trained very well, then it can able to give a predicted ranking, predicted rating for this test data. Okay, that data we have to now give it to the our client. Okay, directly I can't give it to the client. That's what I'm trying to expose. I'm trying to deploy my machine learning model as a web service. By that, so many clients can able to consume this data and they can utilize it. Okay, for that reason, what I'm trying to do, what's the model I developed? I just deployed my model as a web service. Okay, we can able to develop this web service by using the Flask or Django, or we can able to develop this kind of machine learning model into the mobile application development by using TensorFlow JS, or we can able to TensorFlow Lite. TensorFlow Lite will be helpful to you to develop your machine learning model into mobile app development. Or we can able to use TensorFlow JS, okay, which is helping us to use my machine learning model into client side technologies by using like it can give you services to like a React JS kind of an applications. Okay, for all the part user can able to, here I have a end user can request based for his driver, and it can able to respond it as a predicted result rating of a driver. Okay, by that we can able to know, and this rating can be visible by to the driver or any government officials, or in which kind of use case we are trying to use, we can able to display this particular result to in such use cases. Okay, and this is the part we have. And what I am trying to do is, in this what I am trying to do, here I got the predicted result, but I can't say this result may be accurate or inaccurate. For this we have to test how much my model is giving an accuracy, how much my model is giving an accuracy. Okay, for that reason what I am trying to do is, to know the accuracy of it, what I am trying to do, I have to evaluate my model. Okay, I have to evaluate my model. Okay, it means that I have to find accuracy, how much accuracy it is saying. Okay, like by using like a confusion matrix, or F1 score, or precision recall, or precision recall sensitivity, or by using precision recall and sensitivity. Okay, these are all the different kind of model evaluation techniques which are helping us to how accurately your model is working. Based on that, I can able to believe this result is how much accurately I am predicting the ranking of a driver. Okay, this is the part we can able to use. In some cases, what I am trying to do is, here I have a this kind of a machine learning model. What I am to do, for every 6 months, for every here what I have to do, I can able to use like a web scraping. Okay, I can able to use like a web scraping. Web scraping is one of the technique which can able to read the which can able to read the data. Okay, by using the web scraping, what I am trying to do, I have to scrap the new data, and I can able to add it into my historical data set. Okay, once this data is added to my historical data set, again my retraining approach will be started. Okay, again we have to retrain, like for every 6 months, for every 6 months or for every 1 year, what we have to do, we have to perform on the web scraping, and I can get some new historical data. We can able to prepare a new historical data by using a web scraping, and the data which is scrapped, which will be added back to again historical data, and again that complete again new training will be happen. By that I can able to increase my model accuracy. Okay, we can able to increase the model accuracy by we can call it as a retraining model retraining or continuous retraining approach, or I can call it as a continuous retraining approach. Okay, this is the what complete our algorithm will be there. Let me explain one by one once again. See here, my data is collecting live data, which is read by my Amazon Kinesis Cloud Server, and the data will be stored in Amazon S3 bucket. I can consider it as my test data, and this is my historical data, and historical data will be act as a trained data. My model can train this historical data, and it can able to understand about the data by using data science and machine learning process. This all the part will help you to understand the data and processing of our data, and based on the data, based on how it is understanding, we have to calculate the accuracy, how accuracy my model is trained, and based on that it can able to predict the result, and the result which is predicted I can expose it as a web service for any web applications, or for any client side applications, or any websites or any mobile app. I can able to expose my data as a service. Once I expose it, and it will be consumed by the results, and they can able to everyone can able to see the now predicted result. Okay, but I can't say this is the perfect or this is final result, because of it is predicting by mission. That's what first I have to do in continuously day by day. My mission has to improve its knowledge, and it has to increase the predicted result. For that, what I have to do, for every 6 months or for every year, it continuously perform web scraping to get new data, and it will be added to my historical data. Again the model retraining approach will be happen. Okay, again my model retraining approach will be happen. Again my model deployment will be model retraining. After that, again model deployment will be happen. This kind of steps will be continuously done forever to increase the model accuracy. This is the what from end to end, the components which are using, and the component which are helping you to develop an end-to-end machine learning application. And even we can able to apply this kind of architecture for we can able to apply this kind of an architecture for automatic AC control, or else for self-driving cars, or else we can able to apply for this kind of architecture for self-driving cars, or we can able to some cars already having like a pilot mode. Okay, but such kind of a places, or we can able to apply, or even we can able to use this kind of architecture for in what kind of to know the to predict the failure of components of my car. Okay, we can able to use in AC control, automatic AC control. You no need to control your AC. Automatically it will be controlled by AI. And self-driving cars, here AI will be applied. Pilot mode, here AI will be applied. And to detect the failure of components my car, here automatically AI can detect the failure of the components which are going to be failure. It can be predicted by AI. And even it will be in such kind of these all the cases, we can able to in this kind of all the cases we can able to use this kind of an architecture. I hope you are understanding the part what I am trying to explain you. And if you have any doubts, you can comment, and please like, subscribe and share our video. and this video will be most helpful to the freshers, BTech freshers who are going to be prepare the resume, they can make this project as part of their resume, and they can try to convince them we have worked on such kind of a project. Okay, I hope I hope this knowledge will helpful to you. Please share, like, and subscribe this video. Okay, thank you.